Every crime has a story. Every story has a truth. From shocking murders to trials that shook the world, we uncover the cases that define justice. This is Casebook Files, where law, crime, and mystery collide. A smiling father, a loving husband, and two beautiful little girls. To the outside world, the Watts family was perfect. But behind closed doors, a dark secret was about to explode. In 2018, the disappearance of Shanann Watts and her daughters shook America. Their story made headlines across the world. And when the truth finally came out, it was darker than anyone could have imagined. This is the chilling story of Chris Watts, the man who murdered his own family. The 13th of August, 2018, Shanann Watts, a 4-year-old mother of two, had just returned from a business trip. By morning, she and her daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, were gone. When Shanann missed a doctor's appointment and stopped answering her phone, her best friend called police. Officers arrived at the Watts family home in Frederick, Colorado. Inside, nothing seemed out of place. Shanann's car, purse, and phone were still there. But Shanann and the children had vanished. Chris Watts greeted the officers at the door. Calm, too calm. He told them he had no idea where his family was. But as the cameras rolled, his behavior raised suspicion. At first, Chris appeared on local television, pleading for his family's safe return. He looked straight into the camera and begged Shanann to come home. But detectives noticed something strange. His emotions didn't match his words. Behind the scenes, police dug deeper. They discovered Chris was having an affair with a co-worker. And text messages between Shanann and her friends revealed a marriage in trouble. The happy family image was beginning to crack. Detectives then asked Chris to take a polygraph test. He agreed. But the results were clear. He had failed. Within hours, Chris broke down and confessed. At first, Chris claimed Shanann had killed the girls, and he killed her in anger. But investigators weren't convinced. Eventually, the horrifying truth came out. Chris had strangled Shanann in their bed. Then, he smothered his daughters, Bella and Celeste. He loaded their bodies into his truck and drove to an oil site where he worked. He buried Shanann in a shallow grave and placed his two little girls inside oil tanks. His reason? He wanted a new life with his mistress. In November 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to 5 counts of first-degree murder, including his unborn son, Nico. By admitting guilt, he avoided the death penalty. The judge sentenced him to life in prison, 5 life sentences with no chance of parole. As Shanann's family cried in the courtroom, Chris sat emotionless. The man who once appeared to be a loving husband and father was now one of the most hated criminals in America. Experts labeled Chris Watts a family annihilator. a man who destroys those closest to him to escape responsibility and start over. What shocked psychologists most was his lack of emotion. Even after murdering his family, Chris calmly lied to reporters, his face betraying nothing. To this day, many ask, how could a father kill his own children? And the only person who truly knows is Chris Watts. The murders of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico left the world heartbroken. Vigils were held, candles were lit, and millions followed the case online. Chris Watts now spends every day in prison. No freedom, no family, just the weight of his crimes. But the memory of Shanann and her children lives on, a reminder of the darkness that can hide behind the perfect smile. So, what do you think? Was Chris Watts a master manipulator hiding in plain sight, or a desperate man who snapped under pressure? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And, if you want more true crime documentaries like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Casebook File. Thanks for watching! Every crime has a story. Every story has a truth. From shocking murders to trials that shook the world, we uncover the cases that define justice. This is Casebook Files, where law, crime, and mystery collide.